morning and welcome to Today in LA and Bill Jackson Chevrolet picks of the week. Brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet and Bill Jackson Ford.
That's a new one.
You know, Jim, you told me 10 years ago you'll never set foot in a Ford car unless it was to make you a better living.
Well, now I'm driving a truck. It's not a car, it's a truck.
Being a little facetious
yeah.
This morning, but my good friend Jim Jackson, his workload has increased by 100%.
It has required a lot more time, there's no doubt.
No question about it.
No doubt.
Of course, now the owners of Bill Jackson Ford on the bypass and Bill Jackson Chevrolet, and you still selling a lot of cars?
We are. And I'll tell you, man, the reaction's been great.
Yeah.
It's,
good morning, you on Today in LA and Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford's picks of the week. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
Mike
What's up,
Amos
Michael?
calling in from whereabouts, Mike?
Graden Beach, Florida. We're on hurricane alert.
Oh boy, man, you get down there and they start having hurricanes.
it's got to come across Florida before it gets there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going to come across, but I mean, it's going to be a Category 3. It looks like it's going to come back into the Gulf of Mexico, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Hopefully it won't.
It's strong when it does that, but it looks like it's going to be a Category 3, and it's going to hit somewhere above West Palm Beach, is what they're saying.
Well, as long as it'll stay away from Troy and Pike County this weekend, because we got a big high school game and a big Troy University game.
It's not supposed to hit until Monday morning early, like around 2 a.m., they said.
Yeah, so it wouldn't affect the Panhandle area until probably, Wednesday maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
of course, horrible news out of Tuscaloosa yesterday. I don't know if you already mentioned it, but Dylan Moses, Alabama's All-American linebacker, out for the year. So 2 starting linebackers are now out for Alabama, and of course their 5-star running back is out as well. So season hadn't even started yet, so it's kind of scary to think if any more injuries happen, what will happen if Alabama starts playing, the Georgias and the Clemsons again.
Mike, I was talking to your dad off air. And who was the outside linebacker that was a 5-star prospect that he got kicked out of school and he's not playing?
Yeah, he transferred to Houston, Nomi.
So that's real. If you count him, that's 4 players before the first game that are gone.
Yeah, that's true. He was a guy that was just not going to class and not doing the right things, and they pretty much, kind of had to kick him out of school.
Well, I think that's why they had to kick him off football teams, because he did get kicked out of school. Iyabi Anoma, I think, may have been his name or something like that. And then, of course, they lost, who was it, McMillan?
yeah.
3 weeks
You know,
ago.
there's always the rest of the story. It
I
seems
mean,
like.
Dylan Moses is probably the worst guy you could lose next to Tua, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, especially on that side of the ball.
And of course, was he his brother, the other guy from Theodore?
No, you're talking about C.J. Mosley.
Oh, that's right. So, right, C.J. Mosley.
But he had a brother that played at Alabama, Jamie Mosley.
Jamie Mosley.
You sure did.
Beyond sports this morning, I want to mention that the Chief Executive Officer of Troy Regional Medical Center, Ronnie Dean, has resigned his position here at Troy Regional Medical Center to take another job in Valdosta, Georgia, and of course we're gonna miss him. He did a great job.
Don't forget what he's done for that hospital.
No question.
He has done wonders for that place in the last 3 or 4 years. I'm not sure exactly how long he's been
Yeah,
here.
that's right. But you're right. He's
But
done
what a
great
job he did while he was here, and we were very fortunate to have him.
No question about it. And we've got a little helmet issue this morning. We're going to push them over a little bit to get us a little bit more room. And of course, we'll be picking games in just a few moments. And
How many coaches shows did you do last night?
well, we did. We started off with Goshen, then we went with Pike Liberal Arts, and boy, what a game that was this past weekend. Pike Liberal Arts and Morgan. Jim, they played
2 trips.
9 minutes into the first quarter, and the lightning started. And this lightning's crazy now.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were held up for lightning up until 9 o'clock. They finally called the game and said that they would play it again the next day. Well, instead of driving across town to the motel, Pike Liberal Arts cranks up the bus and comes back home 100 miles away and then gets up next morning and goes back to Morgan for a 6 o'clock game. And boy, what a great game it was! 34 to 28.
Something like that in double overtime.
In double overtime, and what a great win it was over a very good team from Morgan Academy. And of course, in that game, the little left-handed quarterback Mike, he threw for right at 200 yards, or a little over 200 yards. In fact, his wide receiver caught four passes for 204 yards and 2 touchdowns. Drew Nelson, yeah.
And Davis Allen.
That's right. What a combination that's going to be. And, of course, Nelson's only a sophomore, but he's really heady kid with a great arm.
I don't think he had been practicing but 8 or 10 days.
That's right.
I
Because
think he
of
played a lot of baseball.
Yeah, that's right.
Throughout the Southeast, and didn't get finished with that until probably halfway through fall camp.
No question about it. And we really enjoyed watching him play as a baseball player, but now he's a left-handed quarterback on the football team. And, of course, Davis is a fine receiver, and 4 passes for 204 yards. That's a lot of yards.
That's a 51-yard average. That's pretty sporty.
I'm thinking that's what it was, because one of them was a 94-yard touchdown.
Well, that
pass.
helps. That helps.
Yeah, somebody was asking yesterday about Alabama, back to the linebackers going down. Somebody was wondering, since the season hadn't started yet, is there any transfer portal guys that could come and play linebacker?
I know it. It's crazy, isn't it?
Started yet. I wonder if that's even possible.
Right.
You know what I've been thinking about, Michael, is there was a walk-on that came 2 years ago, Bob Baumhauer's nephew, a preferred walk-on.
Yeah.
Well, he hadn't been mentioned because he's been way down on the depth chart, but now I'm starting to think that young Mr. Baumhauer might get some playing time.
And this type of example also shows you how important it is when you're evaluating. And if you miss on one guy,
Oh, yeah.
and you think back, what was it, 3 years ago, Ben Davis was the #1 inside linebacker coming out of high school. A misevaluation, and he hadn't made it. He hadn't performed like they thought he would, and everybody said, no big deal, they're loaded. Mm-hmm. Well, here you are with 2 injuries, and if you had Ben Davis as a 5-star, as a, what is he now, redshirt junior, redshirt senior,
Yeah, redshirt junior,
ready to go, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But
that's right.
That one bad evaluation.
And then Mac Wilson went pro when everybody was advising him to stay one more year. So
and now hadn't he been like the rookie of preseason camp or something? Yeah.
Rice, pull that helmet van toward you. Just leave leave where you see that. That's good.
Keaton Carter's such a great athlete, #5, that plays safety and kind of like a hybrid position for Alabama.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can move him down to linebacker a little bit. He's a great athlete.
Well, it can obviously be done. Isn't that where Mark Barron's playing now in the NFL?
Yep. Yeah, that's what he's playing, yeah.
Well, you know, one thing about it, they're not going to get by the front line to get to the linebacker anyway.
Yeah.
Those front guys up front were going to take care of their business.
The nose guard is a freshman, too. So
Yeah.
they're going to be starting 2 middle linebackers that are freshmen and a nose guard. So straight up the middle, Alabama has 3 guys that were in high school a couple months ago.
This is going to be a
We
great
need to
weekend.
get Adam Helms on one day at Clay Chopwell. He was defense coordinator, Coach DJ Dell, and I'm sure he can tell us all about him.
Yeah, I talked to his dad a couple of times about that kid, and he said it's by far the best high school lineman on either side of the ball he'd ever seen.
The freshman lineman.
DJ Dell.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's good intelligence.
He'd go up there and watch practice with Adam.
That was
I want to mention
David
our
Helms
good friends
saying
at
that.
Trojan
David.
Auto Parts today, and of course my good friend Mike Kilcrease and the boys there. They really have a very good. They're one of the very few auto parts dealers that you walk in and eat off the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen a cleaner auto
Oh,
part?
it's really clean.
Of course, Jim Jackson carrying 2 hats now, a Ford and a Chevrolet hat, and y'all were in the Ford Chevrolet business how many years?
Oh, since 75, I guess, 85, 95, 44 now.
44 years, and now after all of that, you're now becoming a Ford dealership.
3 months.
And I know it's been fun, but it's been a lot of work, hasn't it?
It's been a lot of work, a little transition, but I will say this: the reception in and around town has been phenomenal. The people, just to be frank, the people in and around Troy weren't getting the the service they should have.
Yeah.
And there were some issues, and we're trying to get that fixed.
Well, no question about it. And ladies and gentlemen, Bill Jackson Ford on the bypass in Troy, and of course Bill Jackson Chevrolet just across the street.
I like that they're across the street from each other.
And one of the smartest things y'all have done in a long time is you started utilizing that big lot above you to park those big pretty trucks.
Yeah, but probably middle of last year I had to expand our lot at the Chevrolet store. We added 65 foot of asphalt and put up some lights and did some other stuff, but we had to have some room to expand there.
All right, and Rice, let me tell you something else, another service that he provides, and he, of course, he can't look at it all the time, but on his billboard every Saturday or Friday during football season, you'll have beat the Camels. Have you done that yet?
Is that who Campbell is?
Yeah, Camels. The Camel University Camels.
I'll have to check with Keith today and see if we've done that
but
yet.
But y'all promote that, and it's a very visible sign, and it really does a great job. We're going to take a short break, and then, of course, we'll be right back.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Hey folks, are you tired of spending hard-earned money on a gas grill only to have it burn up in less than 2 years? Not to mention burning your food. Here at Southern Grill and Patio in Troy, Alabama, we carry the Holland Grill line. They've been around since 1988, and there are people right here in Troy that have had theirs for over 20 years. These grills are guaranteed not to flare up. You can grill, steam, or smoke on your new Holland Grill today. Come see us at Southern Grill and Patio in Troy, Alabama, inside Town and Country Flooring Center.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Worked for my brother one time.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, and we appreciate all of our sponsors this morning. And, of course, this show brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass in Troy, Alabama. Now, you know, I've known you a long time, and I know that y'all do a big business through the Internet. Has this enhanced your Internet business?
Well, it's, probably over 75% of your, 75% of your sales business you may not sell it completely through the internet, but it's originated online anyway.
Yeah.
Had a lady come up yesterday from Dothan that found a used Expedition online and knew exactly what it was. And
you've
exactly
got every car on your lot online.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Well, everybody does now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
How much traffic do y'all see on cameras at night as far as people just coming out in there after y'all close looking at different vehicles?
A lot after 8 o'clock. I do not have the video system yet at the Ford store, but I've got a 14 camera video system at the GM store. And Sundays is just like, it's just like the McDonald's drive-through. But you know the funny thing about Sunday, and people have tried it in smaller towns. Most people in the bigger towns are open on Sunday.
Yeah.
But you'll see all this traffic on the cameras on Sundays. But if you open, when they pull in and they see somebody in there, they just make a little U-turn and go right back out. They're just out browsing and looking.
Isn't that amazing? No question about it. And of course, I want to mention a few other small notes. We've got some good local games. One of them is Goshen and Arrington at Arrington tonight, and we'll be picking that game in just a few moments. And of course, Charles Henderson, big game against Enterprise from the Vet tonight. That's going to be a good one. Have you seen the new cover yet? New field at
yeah, saw it last week when I caught part of the Charles Henderson Pike County Jamboree. And it looks really good.
Well, it does, no question about it. As pretty a field as there is in college football, there's no question about it. And of course, Mike, are you ready, or what's been going on down there? Are you waiting on the storm, or are you going to come to Troy, or what you going to do?
Well, I mean, I plan on driving to Troy tomorrow, my family, then I'm going to go to the Troy game, actually, Saturday. But, no, we're not too worried about the storm right now. It's not going to even hit until Monday, so we don't know what's going to happen after that. It's going to be on the Atlantic side. So, starting to pick up down here again, though. It was dead finally for a couple weeks down here. It was really nice, but had a lot more people coming to town last night down in Graydon, and definitely down on 38. You're starting to see more traffic, and water is beautiful right now. It's like a lake and crystal clear, so some of the prettiest water of the year right now.
This will be your last big weekend, though. And you'll have it to yourself for a few months.
That's right. No question about it. We're going to get started, ladies and gentlemen. We got a big allotment of games to pick.
Actually, have some 2 or 3 good games this weekend.
Bill, pull that thing down just a little more ounce and get it out of your way. And now we're ready. Ready for some football. And first one here, Mike, is Enterprise. The Wildcats coming to Charles Henderson off a heartbreaking loss to a team out of Miami. Enterprise led that ball game. Mike, you can tell us about it.
I mean, they led throughout. I think led 23-6 going into the fourth quarter, but North Miami Beach came back and won the game 34-31. So probably the worst thing that could happen for Charles Henderson, for them to have a tough loss like that. And Enterprise is 7A, got a new coach. The coach's son is a quarterback. What did we say the other day? The third largest school in the state of Alabama. So I think Enterprise will come to Charles Henderson tonight and win the game. I think not tonight, but tomorrow night. I think they'll win a close one tomorrow night against Charles Henderson. And ladies and gentlemen,
over 2,200 students. Charles Henderson, in their ninth grade, it's about 550 or 600, something like that. That's the difference in size school. There is. Jim, I'll let Mike. Are you going to take the Enterprise Wildcat?
Yeah, I'm going to take Enterprise.
All right, Mike Amos takes the Wildcats, and this one is going to be a tough one. Charles Henderson has 2 of their best players that are injured, both on offensive linemen, so they're going to have to move some defensive linemen around a little bit and have to play them both ways. One of those offensive linemen is 6'5", 330 pounds, and I think he's out possibly for the year. And then there's another young offensive lineman who I think is one of the best players on the field. He got hurt, and we're going to have to see how long it's going to take before he'll get back. But he will not, and that's Sam Knotts, and he'll probably won't make it until the second or maybe third game. So who do you like with Jim Jackson?
I like Enterprise in this game. The parts of the game with Pike County that I caught last week, I was really impressed with the shape that Pike County was in first.
Yeah.
Those kids playing both ways, no issues, no nothing. But a little surprised that Charles Henderson, with very few people playing both ways, had as many people start going down as they did in the third quarter with cramps. I mean, it was obvious that Pike County was in much better shape in that football game.
On the coach's show last night, Coach McCoy was, just went ahead and said, "Hey, y'all in better shape than we were."
Yeah, that was obvious. I mean, and looking at the game, Pike County was in much better shape.
And they, of course, they were playing on a field that during the summer months, 125 degrees.
Oh yeah.
So it's a hot field. You gonna take Enterprise?
I like Enterprise.
Okay,
There's too much firepower.
Bill Rice Jr. Who do you like?
This is my first ever pick on the Bill Jackson Pickman show, and I ain't going against my alma mater, so Charles Henderson.
All right, Charles Simpson. And last year, Charles Simpson lost 35-27. It was a very close
It was
game.
a very competitive game. And keep in mind, we're all pulling for Charles Henderson.
Yeah, no question, man.
But we're all trying to win this state, too.
Yeah, he tried to sell cars, too.
Brad knows that.
I know it.
Well, Enterprise is on Troy Cable now, too.
I know they are.
Oh, yeah.
No question about it. It's going to be a tough one. Enterprise is going to dress 125 players.
Right.
Johnson's going to dress 65 with two of their top linemen out of the game. I'm going to have to go with Enterprise. We'll be doing the game live on Troy Cable, I think. Yours truly will do it. And I'll tell you all this. After the game on tomorrow night, I will get on my horse and ride through the sunset. It's going to be my last.
Is that going to be it for you?
My last game that I'm going to broadcast. That unless they need me in emergency.
Okay, so you're going to be a fill-in. So who's going to go on with Neil?
Well, Neil and his buddy
Wally?
Wiley, yeah.
Okay.
The Neil and Wiley show, and
Gotcha.
of course they'll do a good job.
This is a big announcement. Breaking news. What is this? 34 years of calling Charles Henderson games.
We started in 1984. We started doing it in 1984 on Troy Cable, and hey, it led to a lot of other shows to be aired over those years, and feel like I had a little bit to do with it since 1984. What now?
That just went across the ESPN ticker.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, the ticker. It went around the world.
That's like Keith Jackson calling his last
Oh,
game.
yeah. We were talking about it earlier this week, Mike. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been, but I can remember going down by the railroad tracks with you and
Bud.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Back when it was on UPN at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. It was on my TV. And,
do you remember those years?
Oh yeah, I do. Very
when
well.
was that?
Well,
Was it the early 2000s, maybe?
Yeah, it was around 89 or 90. Now I had Bud and I had a show called the Bud and Amos Show.
Mm-hmm.
It aired from 6 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock.
On UPN.
On UPN, and then I had this show came on the air at 7 o'clock and went to 8:30. So I was
when did the 6 to 7, the UPN show, the Bud and Amos show?
Oh well, it went.
What were the years for that?
Bud, probably let's see. I would say the early 2000s.
Okay.
Probably 2004, 2005.
See, I guess I've been with you minus maybe 1 year ever since then.
That's right. You
So
sure have.
going
No
on
question about
15 years.
And,
It doesn't seem like that.
It's hard to believe that you never got to call Charles Henderson in a state championship game in football.
Well, I did too. Now we did it. That's right. They didn't let us. That's right.
They didn't let us.
They didn't let us do it.
That was a state deal, wasn't
That's right.
Yeah.
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 Lost to
it? Lost to Aniana.
Aniana. No question
My
about
daughter
it.
was a cheerleader.
Yeah. No question about it. And what a great game it was. Okay, so everybody's going to be taking
Enterprise except Bill.
For Bill, and Charles Simpson's got a good football team, and Enterprise has a new coach, and they run out of that old Notre Dame box. Like the old days, like Tennessee used to run out of it.
That'll be a good reason to go to the game, just to see the Notre Dame block.
Morris Higginbotham, who later on coached at Enterprise and had Enterprise's best teams ever, probably ran the old Notre Dame box. They used to shift into it. They would say, 6-man line, we see it, let's go. Now they would shift into it. And this team, I don't think, shifts into it, but this guy's from the old school and is a legend in the state of Florida, the new football coach at Enterprise, and it's going to be quite a football game, no question about it, in the stadium. Now, let me say this. Enterprise, and I'm not exaggerating, will bring 5,000 people. Enterprise loves their football. Now, the game's going to be shown live, so that could hold some of them back, but they could bring at least 5,000 people to the game, and we need to bring at least that many to the game ourselves. So this is a huge football game, Enterprise and Troy, going at it tonight, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock kickoff. Yours truly will be doing the play-by-play along with Neil and Josh Hodge, one of the new people on the team. Brantley versus New Brockton. This game will be played at Brantley, and Brantley won a big game this past weekend. Mike, do you have that?
You said they beat Highland home?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they beat Highland home. Yeah.
Yeah, do we know if that was a jamboree? If it counted, that's the only problem. You don't ever know what games are real and what games are jamborees.
I don't know for sure. I'm gonna be able to tell you right now, though.
I'll take Brantley at home against New Brockton.
Yeah, no, it was not a.
I like Brantley, but was there really any high school game last week that counted?
Some.
Was it?
Yeah, there were several up in Birmingham.
Yeah, and also Arrington's game was a real game too. Arrington against
County.
yeah, which was quite a game. You're right. They did not count that as a game last week for Brantley, so this will be their first official game. And I've got to go with the guys that are wearing green over New Brockton. That game played at Brantley.
Yeah, I like Brantley at home.
Don't we call it Titletown?
Yep.
All right, I'm going with Titletown.
There's a reason for that.
Titletown. Exactly right. Boy, they're good, no question. Opp at Elba, and looks like Opp's got a fine football team. And in fact, Opp, they played and they won big, but I don't know if it was, like you said, I don't know if it was a real game or not.
And Elba was the shocker of the week, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. But they lost a tough one, and they get off to a sort of a slow start. But
Who did Elba play?
Elba played. Oh boy.
They got beat, didn't they?
Yeah, they got beat.
Was it Arrington or somebody like that?
No, it wasn't Arrington.
Arrington played Dale County.
Oh boy.
We'll find out later.
Yeah,
We'll get it.
exactly.
We'll Google it when we get a break.
Elba is not in the top 10 this week, so they did lose the game. But Peyton Harrison will have his team playing well. But this is a game that's played at Elba. Big rivalry. It's only 10 or 15 miles apart, and from Elba to Opp, and I think Opp's got a little bit stronger team than Elba. I'm going to take Opp to win the game.
Mike,
who do you like?
I'll take Elba at home.
All right, Michael's going to take Elba at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the road team here. I like Opp.
Both of them are black and gold. Daleville, okay, yeah, and it was a tough
Elba's
ball
probably
game.
pretty good.
Yeah, Daleville, and I don't know if that was a real game or not, or a game that will count against their record. I've got a feeling it will.
I was just looking at this sheet. For the first time ever, I noticed that Elba spelled backwards is able. They're not going to be able to win, so I'm going with Opp.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to take the Opp Bobcats. Traditionally, of course, Opp's very good, but Elba is also very good. Peyton Harrison, in his second year, is a real good football coach. Pike County at Alabama Christian, and I'm going to go ahead and do this one first. Pike County, if they can get, they lost in a big way to Alabama Christian last year at Pike County. Mm-hmm. Now they're going to play Alabama Christian at Alabama Christian. Unless some team is really, really strong up front, they're not going to beat Pike County this year. Pike County has got a chance to run the table, in my opinion. I'm going to give them the win here at Alabama Christian. I just don't think Alabama Christian can stop these running backs at Pike County.
Yeah, I noticed they got a kid, number 8.
Yeah, that's him.
It looks really good.
Named Rashad Reynolds, and boy, he is the
That's
real
right.
deal.
In high school, I played with a guy named Bobby Reynolds, and he was a running back. And I got to thinking about that. I said, that kid looks like the real deal.
No question about it, and that's going to be a big game because Alabama Christian's strong. Who do you like, Bill Rice?
Despite only playing 13 players for most of the snaps, according to Coach Holland, those must be some pretty good 13 players, and as we've said, in fantastic condition. And I yield to my friend Mike Amos on how good Pike County is, so the Bulldogs.
Well, I tell you what, Mike Amos, what do you like? Or who do you like?
I'm a big, Fred Holland supporter, and, he does it the right way at Pike County High School. And, it's going to be tough playing at Montgomery School, but if they're as good as you say they possibly could be, I guess I'll go with Pike County.
Well, they got those my hands at running back. They got Reynolds and my hands, and then they'll play Reynolds either at the quarterback or Hobney at the quarterback, and both of them are good. But then there's a lineman that stands out among them all. They've got one guy. He's a defensive nose guard. He wears number 77. He weighs 325 pounds and can run.
Wow.
And he's a kid that's going to be really, really good one day. And then they got Benny Myhan's son, number 75, and he's real good.
How many kids did they dress? I didn't think I saw but 6 or 7 standing on the sideline.
They dressed 24 players.
Okay, so they did
played,
have 12 or 13.
Somebody looked into it, and they played 13. The whole ball game, just 13 players. And but they're good players, like I've always said. Mike, who do you like here? Pike County.
He liked Pike County.
Okay, everybody likes Pike County. Is that right? We got a call coming in. We're gonna pick it up quickly, but we'll get back. Good morning, y'all. Today in LA, how you doing?
Hey, Mike. Will Matthews.
All right, Will, we got our picket show coming on, and we expect to hear from you tomorrow. We hope with your picks.
That's fine. I'm gonna give you my 6 because I got to run. I'm on my way to work.
Okay, you're gonna be with us tomorrow, though. Okay.
I'll call you tomorrow. But this is my 6 with the spread now.
All right, 6 with the spread.
All right, I like Utah -5.
Utah -5.
I like Colorado -13.
Colorado against Colorado State. Now that used to be quite a ball game.
It won't be tomorrow. Whenever they play.
Okay.
I like Oklahoma State and Oregon State over 72.
Over 72.
That's a high number, but they'll score 1 million in that game.
Golly.
But I like Oregon State +15 in that game.
You do? How do you know anything about Oregon State?
I just think it's at Oregon State. I think they'll play good their first game, and they'll score some points. And I think they'll get within 15.
Okay, that's 4.
One of my big plays this week is Cincinnati over UCLA.
Yep.
Cincinnati -3 against UCLA.
Okay.
And I like Duke +35.
I can see that.
It's now 33.5.
Yeah, well, I saw it down to 33
Yeah,
one time yesterday.
I'll give it to you right this second. Right now.
I'm going to 35. Not 33.5 is about the same.
Yeah, that's right. They're 33 exactly.
Yeah,
So
33 now.
you think Duke would score against them? Is that right?
Well, yeah, I think Alabama's not going to show too much first game, and they've lost their running back. So I think it'll probably be a lower scoring game than normal.
Yeah. Well, of course.
And I like, and I've told you this before. I like Northwestern against
Stanford.
They're getting a touchdown in that game.
Okay, and they're getting actually 7 points in that game. Is that right?
That's right. And I think they'll win the game straight up.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot, no question. Well, we appreciate that, and every Thursday you're gonna call in and give us your picks, and we're gonna keep up with them.
I'll give you 5 or 6 games. I think today it's 7. I think I gave you 7.
Okay.
Today, but normally 5 or 6.
Yeah, Will Matthews, of course, ladies and gentlemen, from the Matthews Law Firm right here in Ozark, Alabama. We appreciate you very much. Will, you're welcome to. We'll be hearing from you tomorrow then here.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to go now back to our own whole call, that Mike Amos. We had Will Matthews, Mike, against the spread, like Utah -5, Colorado -13, Oklahoma State over the 72. Now, there was
They're playing Oregon State.
Yeah, that's right, playing Oregon State. Oregon State +15. Cincinnati -3. Duke +33. And Northwestern +7. That was his picks
So
of the week.
Is the Holy War tonight between BYU and Utah?
That is tonight. No, it's not tonight. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, it is tonight. Late tonight. Is Utah going up against BYU? So it ought to be pretty good.
The Mormons are going to be all
Yeah,
watching.
no question about it. All right, let's finish up our high school games. Let's take a break here. We'll be right back with more of Today in LA and Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford's picks of the week.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Hey folks, are you tired of spending hard-earned money on a gas grill only to have it burn up in less than 2 years? Not to mention burning your food. Here at Southern Grill and Patio in Troy, Alabama, we carry the Holland Grill line. They've been around since 1988, and there are people right here in Troy that have had theirs for over 20 years. These grills are guaranteed not to flare up. You can grill, steam, or smoke on your new Holland Grill today. Come see us at Southern Grill and Patio in Troy, Alabama, inside Town and Country Flooring Center.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Back to our show, brought to you by Dixieland Dental, and we appreciate them. And, of course, also our good friends at Trojan Auto Parts right here in Troy. Of course, Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford picks of the week right here on Troy Cable. Luverne at Georgiana, that's going to be a huge football
Another
game, Jim.
It should be a good game.
Georgiana went all the way to the top last year, and Luverne went all the way to the championship game. Who do you like?
Did either one of them play last week?
No, they didn't. They could have played a scrimmage game, but I don't think either one of them played.
Jamborees. I don't think they played against anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is going to be a good one.
That's the most important thing to me. Where's it being played?
We played at
It
Georgiana.
says at Georgiana.
I'll take Georgiana.
Georgiana. And, boy, Georgiana's good, but I like Luverne. I like their quarterback. I'm going to take Luverne. That's going to be a great game, though.
Yeah, I'm going to take the home team. I don't know, you don't know this early in the year who lost who, and they were both really good last year, but how many kids are gone? And
when you take the shortcut, do you ever take the shortcut to Mobile outside of Luverne, and then you take the left and go to the road?
Take the left at Rutledge?
Yeah, Rutledge, yeah. And you go by that, and you go on the interstate, and you see this little old football stadium off to the left.
That's Georgiana.
Yeah, that's right. That's Georgiana, and buddy, they play good football.
Clay County
Real
played
good.
there back in the early 90s.
Did they really?
Yeah, we drove over and watched it.
And
Stafford Simmons was playing for Clay County.
Yeah.
And you know, I tell you, a name that comes out of there is the Wasden. Bobby Wasden used to coach there too years ago, and Shane did too, I think, at one time.
Well, I'm going for Luverne.
I'm taking Luverne. Mike, you're taking Georgiana, and Jim, you're taking.
I took the home team.
Okay, so Mike takes Georgiana, and I take Luverne. All right, the Goshen.
Let's make sure he knows who the home team is. Sometimes we don't. If the home team might have been Luverne. Make sure this is Georgiana.
He might. I promise you. I talked to him yesterday. He's going to be on our coaches show next week.
Okay.
But Coach, I tell you, he is an outstanding coach. At Luverne.
Coach Riles.
Yeah, Coach Riles, and the Georgiana coach is an excellent coach. It's going to be as good a game as you'll see anywhere. Goshen at Arrington, and what a game this will be. And Coach, the coaches are getting ready. Coach Kilcrease at Arrington, and Bart Snyder at Goshen, and should be a good game. Goshen's got a good football team, but it's going to be hard, I think, for them to go to Arrington and win. I'm going to take Arrington to win the game.
Yeah, I like the home teams in the close matchups early in the year.
Arrington lost a heartbreaker to Dale County, and one of the last plays of the game ended up at the 1 yard line, and Arrington loses the football game in a heartbreaker. And who you got?
I liked what Coach Snyder said when we talked to him a couple weeks ago. I got a good feeling about Goshen, so the Eagles.
And they got a quarterback that can fly.
Yeah, they got a quarterback that runs a 4.3, which is still hard to believe.
Wow.
That a high school kid runs 4.3.
That's pretty quick.
That's pretty quick.
He might keep up with me.
I would actually like to go out there and time him in the 40 to see if he really runs a 4.3. That's pretty
Well, you know, people have a tendency to exaggerate.
I mean, if that's the case, I don't know how anybody can stop Goshen if he gets outside. I'm gonna take Aaron's and Tuck Dunn and Kilcrease are really good coaches, and you know, Snyder does a good job at Goshen as well. But I'll take the home team.
And then, of course, on our coaches show, you'll see highlights of that game in Arrington and Goshen. And in fact, it's also the one of the top games on the slate this weekend. Everybody takes Arrington, or who took?
I took Goshen. I went with
Rice took Goshen.
Chuck Dunn is a great
And
coach.
who'd you take?
I took Eric.
All right, Arrington.
Home team.
Okay, now red level at Zion Chapel, and I'm gonna go out right now and tell you Zion Chapel's gonna win the football game. I'm gonna take Zion Chapel to beat red level.
I mean, they won 5 games last year. That's usually, one of the better seasons Zion Chapel can have. So Randy Bryant's definitely turned that program around. Red Level's extremely small school as well. I'm gonna take Zion Chapel to beat Red Level.
I took red level. I'll be the only one out there.
Hey, you know those faux sheets from red level, don't you?
I don't. I just.
I tell you what, I love that 4-lane they built going through Red Level to Andalusia. That's the way we go to the beach.
Oh yeah, no question about it.
That's the way we used to go to the beach. I guess I live at the beach, but that's the way we used to do
Well,
it.
that's the Crum Foshie Highway. All right, everybody take.
Well, I'm going with Zion Chapel because Mike showed a lot of confidence in his pick, and so I'm yielding to the Keith Jackson over here.
Well, let me tell you this. Their schedule is so tough that they're going to have a hard time winning games, and this is one of them that's very winnable.
Oh, yeah. You know, when he took over, who was it? Calhoun, and it seems like there was one other team on their schedule that they actually
Central Painville.
Yeah, had a chance to beat.
That's right,
and the job he's done, now they got a chance to beat a lot of people.
Yeah, he's a good coach and a fine young man. Okay, here's the big one. Crenshaw Christian travels to Pike Liberal Arts, and the Patriots coming off a huge win over Morgan last week in a game where they bust 100 miles over there on Friday and came back home after 9 minutes of play and 100 miles an hour on Saturday.
Well, after 9 minutes of play and about a 3-hour wait.
Yeah. And the telecast was really well done. I watched it last night, and it was a good game to watch. And Pike Liberal Arts has got a good young quarterback, but Crenshaw Christian is coached by the legendary one, Mike.
Wayne Grant.
Wayne Grant is the head football coach.
All Wayne Grant did in his first year at Crenshaw Christian was play in the state championship game.
That's right.
Yep.
And another thing, how about giving Wayne Grant a year to recruit players too? You know, to come play for Crenshaw Christian.
I think Pike Little Arts has just got more athletes, so I'm gonna take Pike Little.
Yeah, I take Pike Live at home.
I agree with y'all.
Everybody takes Pike Live, and well, all we're doing is making Wayne Grant mad now. He said, "I'm gonna show those bucks."
3A private school against a 1A private school.
Yeah.
They should have a lot more athletes. You would think.
I'm gonna show those bucks a thing or two.
Well, we all respect Coach Grant and what he's done in his career.
Have you seen?
Who is this? Rice, you'll get a kick out of this. Who is the guy that said, "Tell the son of a buck not to duck us"? Y'all know who said that, and to whom?
Wayne Grant?
No.
That's a good guess. We were talking about him.
He said, "Tell the son of a buck not to duck us."
What is this, a college coach?
Yeah, college coach talking to another college coach years and years ago.
Was it Bear Bryant?
Yes, it was Bear Bryant. He was saying it, but what college coach?
I was gonna say it sounds like something either Bear Bryant or Woody Hayes would say.
No, it was.
It's probably like a Georgia Tech coach saying
No,
Bear Bryant or
no, it wasn't.
Who was it?
Back then, this was a young coach that's showing his stuff. Was the Nebraska coach?
Bob Devaney?
Nebraska coach, Dan Devine?
No,
Bob Devaney.
No, not Devaney.
Oh, Osborne?
Osborne. It was a bowl game.
Oh.
And Alabama was going to the bowl game, and Nebraska was going to the bowl game, and he said, "Tell the son of a buck, call Coach Bryant a son of a buck." And I'll tell you what his reply was. Alabama dictated where they'd go, so they didn't want to play Nebraska, and they didn't, and he was upset. And you know what Coach Bryant said after that came out? He said he hadn't been wearing his spurs regularly. he hadn't been a head coach long. At Nebraska.
It's hard to think back. Was it 30, 40 years ago where one guy pretty much dictated where...
I've never in my life heard of anybody being called a son of a buck. Ever. Okay, we've got a couple of more big games here. Dale County at GW Long. GW Long's coming off of a pretty tough year. And how did this happen, Mike? How did GW Long ever have a bad year?
Well, I mean, they're always great in baseball and softball, but football, they had a great season a couple of years ago, and then it kind of fallen off. I'll take Dale County.
I'll take Dale County.
Dale County's coach lives in Troy. I'll take Dale County.
Who is that?
Coach, what's his last name?
I think it's Henderson.
Yeah.
He's the one that helped save that football player's life during one of their first practices of the year.
Yeah, that was at Dale County. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be all right. He's just sitting out the year now.
But that was great what he did. Okay, everybody takes Dale County over GW Long. That's saying a lot.
Everybody did.
I know it. Now the last one, and I did this for you, Rice. I did this exactly for you. Pike Road at Lochapoka. You gotta, man, it's gonna be a tough one. You better just shoot in here.
The Dale County coach is Don Moore. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Don Moore.
Henderson. I'm so used to the Hendersons of Dale County.
And since we started talking about him, tell everybody what he did.
Well,
there was a defibrillator they had to use, and then.
Well, thank goodness they had one.
Yeah, they had a player that went down in practice. And,
yeah, I mean, they saved his life and then got him, thank goodness, to the hospital in time.
And didn't all those coaches go through training this year for
Isn't
that
that
purpose?
amazing? I think everybody should do that.
Well, I think they do. I think
they kept CPR going on that player for about 40 minutes. They had to rotate coaches because they would get tired.
Wasn't that wonderful?
Then they used the defibrillator twice. So it was a real dicey
situation. This was
situation.
the head coach at Dale County High School.
And some assistants.
In Midland City. And
10 minutes into a practice at 7 o'clock in the morning. So,
right.
the kid hadn't been
yeah.
running much.
Oh, yeah, no question about
I
it.
can't believe I couldn't remember his last name because he was the head bartender at the front porch for about 5 years.
Okay.
So you knew him personally?
Hey, Mike, we're getting a little too personal.
Well, his wife teaches at Charles Henderson High School with my wife. So.
Okay. I got you.
Okay.
All right, who do y'all like in this Pike Road, Lochapoka? Tell us about them, Rice.
Yeah, I just know Pike Road is, I think this is the first year that they've got a 12th grade. You know, they've added a grade every year since they started the school system. They beat the slop out of somebody last week. They're playing a real easy schedule, as you might imagine, as a new program. Lochapoka must be a 1A school, so I'm going with the other Patriots, the Pike Road Patriots.
Yeah.
What is Pike Road? Are they 3A?
You know, I don't even know, Mike.
I saw the mayor last weekend of Pike Road. He's an old friend of mine, and you know, he was the backup running back to Bo Jackson at Auburn.
Was it?
Yeah.
If you're raising your kids at the Waters, I guess they would go to Pike Road High School.
That's right. Yes,
Correct.
sir. Yes, sir. Like if Jim Jackson.
If you're raising them at the Waters, they
Yeah.
can walk to school.
So, Mike,
Well,
if
where's the high school?
Jim Jackson lived in Montgomery, he lived at the Waters.
It's on Old Pike Road coming to
Okay.
Troy.
Now, Lochapoka.
I'll take
Going
Pike
towards,
Road. Lochapoka, they usually has a pretty decent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They sure do.
You go to Lochapoka or Notasulga,
Yeah.
and you got your hands full.
You're right.
Those two programs are.
Yeah. Who you gonna take?
I'm gonna take Lochapoka.
You know, I would. You know, I am coming very close to doing that too. I'm gonna take Pike Road and Lochapoka. I'm gonna take Pike Road.
I don't even know where Pike Road practices. I think they play their games at Faulkner University.
And Mike, you took Pike Road. Is that right?
There's enough farms out there. I'm sure they got plenty of practice fields.
Yeah, no question about it. We're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back and do the college picks right after this on the Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford's Picks of the Week on Troy Cable.
The ribbon has been cut, and the grand opening celebration has begun at the all-new Bill Jackson Ford in Troy. Save up to $11,770 off MSRP on a new 2019 F-150 XLT four-wheel drive Super Crew truck during the Hurry Up and Save sales event. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
I love my job. We get to help people who are having the worst day of their life.
You just got to be ready for whatever hits.
She wasn't breathing. She was almost dead.
Stay still there. Stay still. It's fine.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
2 dealerships, 1 big event. Bill Jackson Chevrolet, one of the most trusted names in the auto industry, is celebrating 30 years of outstanding service. Plus, the doors are open at the new Bill Jackson Ford. Save big on new Ford F-150s and new Chevrolet Silverados. A short drive from everywhere with savings like nowhere else. Shop us on 231 North Troy or online 24/7 at BillJacksonAuto.com or BillJacksonFord.com.
We're back.
That's right. Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, brought to you by Troy Regional Medical Center. And ladies and gentlemen, news today was that
Ronnie Dean
is resigning his position as CEO of Troy Regional Medical Center to take a position in Valdosta at a big hospital there.
Huge step in the right direction. Huge loss for Troy for one thing. But, you know, I've always been of the philosophy, like a lot of successful coaches, if nobody else wants your people, then you probably don't have very good
You're
people.
right. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
That's the deal. If you're successful, other people are going to want that same success, and he's done a fantastic job here. And wish him the best.
Okay, here are your college predictions, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford Picks of the Week. Rice, I'm going to let you start off. UCLA at Cincinnati, a game that's going to be played tonight.
Well, I heard Will go hard on Cincinnati, but I'm going to pick UCLA, which is a 3-point underdog, and the reason is
they got prettier uniforms.
Well, they got Chip Kelly, the coach that everybody in America seems to want, and this is his second year.
You're right.
You're supposed to make big progress between your first year and second year. They've got to have good recruits, so I'm going with the Bruins.
You're exactly right. Chip Kelly is a good coach. Jim, what do you like?
Well, on the flip side, Chip Kelly is a good coach, but if the guys in Vegas think Cincinnati's still 3 points better, then I'm going to side with them. I'm going to take Cincinnati.
We'll hear that a lot, ladies and gentlemen, on this show.
Nichols, a good young coach in Cincinnati. He was at Ohio State as defense coordinator for several years. I'm going to take Cincinnati. I'm going to take the home team.
Yeah. I'm going to take whoever's got the best quarterback. Who's got the best quarterback? Would you know that, Mike?
I mean, Cincinnati had a really good quarterback last year, but, I mean, I don't know if he's back.
Yeah. I'm going to take Cincinnati at home. This is a big game for Cincinnati.
UCLA got better as the year went on last year. They were awful early, but they're kind of like Nebraska. At the end of the year, they started playing a lot better.
Well, if you want to feel sorry for any one team out there, feel sorry for Georgia Tech. They got to play at Clemson, and Tech's got a new coach, a new offense. They're not fooling folks anymore with a wishbone, and that's how they survive.
So they've gone to a regular offense now?
They've gone to a regular offense.
Spread team.
You know, when I saw that line, I thought, are they crazy?
Yeah.
But if they're changing offenses and going away from the wishbone, I wouldn't see Georgia Tech being like 33 or 35 or something? 37?
You're exactly right.
I don't think Georgia Tech would have been a 37-point underdog to the New England Patriots running the wishbone.
That's right. And, if you're playing against the line, 37 points is a lot of points.
And Georgia Tech was going to have the ball a majority of the game.
Yeah, in the old offense especially.
But not now, and they're transitioning, so now I understand the line a little better. I didn't know they were switching offenses.
All right, who do you like there?
Clemson.
Okay, Bill Rice Jr.
Everybody likes Clemson.
I like Clemson,
Okay.
but I would bet Georgia Tech to cover that 37 points.
Yeah, well, that's something somebody will pick up on this show. Okay, everybody takes Clemson. Here's a biggie now. Everybody in the world, if you listen to talk radio, they said Utah is going to be the surprise team of the year. Take Utah, take Utah. But they're playing against the boys from Provo who don't like the boys from Utah, Salt Lake City. So this is what do you call it, Mike? The Holy War?
That's what they call it.
The Holy War.
Mm-hmm.
And who are you going to take? The cheerleaders are going to have their skirts below the knees.
I'm going to take Utah.
I'm going to take Utah.
Okay.
I've studied up on this game. BYU was leading by 20 points at the end of the third quarter last year, and Utah came back and won by a touchdown. They scored 4 touchdowns in a row at the end of the game.
Wow.
Utah has won 6 straight in this rivalry, but they've all been close games, and Utah is very hyped. You know what? I'm going to go for an upset. I'm going to go with BYU.
Yeah. Now, this will be a great game, no question. It'll be a late game now. You can watch it tonight on TV, tomorrow night. Well, tonight on TV.
I went to Troy University and talked to Coach Ryan Pugh. He was their offensive line coach at BYU last year, so he would know.
Well, you know what? There's going to be a lot of people calling his office today. Coach Ryan Pugh's an outstanding young coach now at Troy. Guys, this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to take Utah to win the game.
They've got a lot coming back.
Yeah, I took Utah.
Who do you like, Mike?
I took Utah.
All right, Bill Rice Jr.
I took Brigham Young.
Brigham Young, okay. All right, now, this is a game that some people are concerned because can those Yankees, and I'm talking about Yankees from Wisconsin, can they go to Tampa, Florida, and play on a field that's 110, 115 degrees and win the game over a South Florida team that is quarterbacked by a former 5-star quarterback that played at Alabama.
That's right.
Wade Barnett. Mike, I'm going to let you have this one.
Say Wisconsin.
Wait a minute. In a hurry?
I like Wisconsin.
They know you just know it's going to be awfully hot.
This game will be tomorrow night on ESPN.
Tomorrow night on ESPN.
I like Wisconsin, but I would take the 13.5 or 13 points and bet South Florida if I was betting the line.
The current line in Vegas is 11.
So it's going down a little bit. So right now,
people are putting money on South Florida.
Well, I'm going to take Wisconsin to win. They're pretty red and white. They've got a running back that a lot of people think is the best in the country. Mike, you going to take Wisconsin? Did everybody take Wisconsin?
Mm-hmm. They did.
Nobody went with the underdog. All right, here's another one of Will's picks is Colorado Colorado State playing at Colorado. He likes Colorado. Who do you like, Rice?
I like Colorado. That's the state where you can't, I guess, kick off players for smoking marijuana. It's legal in Colorado.
Oh gosh, you mean there'll be players going to Colorado because they can smoke?
I bet there are.
What is that deal? If it's legal in the state of Colorado?
I don't know. I would imagine the NCAA still doesn't allow it.
That's what I was going to say. Can the NCAA enforce that rule?
Everybody's transferring to Colorado for some reason.
It's a recruiting advantage. Because you know that 60% of the players are smoking.
Colorado's got a new head coach, Alabama, and he coaches Alabama, was defense coordinator at Georgia Smart. I'm drawing a blank on the name.
Colorado.
Georgia's defense coordinator last year, was at Alabama, and then I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he's the new Colorado coach.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, I'm going to take Colorado to win the game. Jim, who do you like?
Colorado.
All right. Bill, Rice?
Same. Buffaloes.
Mike, how you?
Colorado.
All right, now, there's no question.
Former Troy linebacker will be starting at linebacker for Colorado, Tron Folsom.
And he led Troy in tackles 2 years in a row.
How about that?
But, and of course now.
What position did the coach at Alabama before last year?
He was a
DB.
Or has he been with?
Yeah, he was a linebacker coach. Now he coached with Saban at Michigan State and at LSU. Then he went to Alabama, and he ended up bringing in Pruitt instead of him, and then he went to be the defense coordinator under Smart at Georgia. I'll find his name in a second.
I want to mention first Haba Bank, one of our sponsors, and of course Goldfingers. Right, I know this. I see you out eating out almost every day, different places. But have you tried Goldfingers chicken and French fries?
Last night.
How good are those French fries?
You order a number 3 with an extra tender and an extra sauce.
Yeah, but you agree that it's really
very
good.
Very good. That's ironic you said that because I ate there last night.
But the French fries are really, really good. They pop in your mouth.
Take those French fries and dip them in their sauce.
Yeah.
And they are really good.
And it's Goldfingers.
Mel Tucker.
What?
Yeah, Mel Tucker. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the NFL.
Yeah. So, of course.
His debut.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, South Alabama travels to Lincoln to play Nebraska. This was about the same time that Troy traveled up there last year and beat Nebraska.
Troy played him in the 4th game last year.
All right. Oh, okay. Nebraska, let me just say this, is going to be much improved. But I still don't think they're 36 points better than South Alabama.
Probably not.
I'll take Nebraska.
Well, to win the game, and Nebraska is a 36-point favorite. I just think that
this will be the second year at South Alabama that Joey Jones has been gone.
That's right.
There's a lot of former Troy coaches that are coaching at South Alabama.
Ken Addingfield, they got the head coach Steve Campbell played at Troy, and their defense coordinator Greg Stewart played at Troy.
Is Brian Turner? Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
No,
Brian Turner's still there. Yeah.
Turner's at Spanish Fort.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's not in college, but you're right, he coached there for years, though, Jim.
Yeah, he was at Troy.
All right, everybody takes Nebraska, but I just got a feeling here, you folks out there.
You like the points.
I like those 36 points.
I tell you what, this is great exposure for South Alabama, though. It's on ESPN at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Morning, and then they'll be. I can see them serving those hot dogs outside the gate at about 9 o'clock. You've done that before, haven't you?
Doesn't Nebraska have really classy fans? Y'all been out there?
Yeah, they do. They do as long as they're winning. You know,
Okay.
You know, they're not quite as nice when
Nebraska
they're
has the longest sellout streak in the country. I think it's like 600 and something games they've sold out in a row.
Yeah, amazing.
It is amazing. All right, here's the one. Everybody takes Nebraska. Here's one. East Carolina at North Carolina State. North Carolina State lost their quarterback, you know, to the pros. Who do you like here, Mike?
NC State big.
Yes.
NC State big over East Carolina. Does the fat guy still coach at East Carolina?
The fat guy was the interim defense coordinator at Oklahoma last year.
Oh, okay. Now I'm not trying to be ugly, but he was the largest college football coach in America at one time, wasn't he?
No, the Kansas coach was Mark Mangino.
Oh, okay. The Maryland coach a few years ago was pretty big too.
You know, the Notre Dame coach was pretty big too. That went to Florida.
Charlie Weiss.
Yeah,
Charlie Weiss, Weiss, whatever it is.
Oh gosh.
So there's been some big old coaches.
Is there, ladies and gentlemen, we having fun on the
I noticed the defensive coordinator for Tennessee is a big guy too.
What now?
I think he had gastric bypass surgery that he lost all that way.
Okay. Everybody takes North Carolina State. Nobody likes East Carolina at all. Akron, a team that Troy plays the third week, is playing at Illinois. So we'll find out how good Akron is right off the bat.
Illinois is an 18-point favorite. I'll take Illinois.
I'll take Illinois. The orange and blue of Illinois.
So we're picking Akron, Illinois games. How does this happen?
Well,
There's not very many good games this week.
Well, and also I wanted, because they're going to play Troy, I wanted everybody to keep up with them a little bit. Now here's one that could be close. Toledo at Kentucky, and you know Kentucky still doesn't have my complete confidence that they couldn't blow a game. Mm-hmm. Toledo is a pretty good football team. Who do you like, Rice?
Holy Toledo, not Holy Toledo, Kentucky. It's at Kentucky.
All right, at Kentucky, and I'll take. You're gonna take Toledo?
No, I'm taking
Kentucky.
Okay, I'm gonna take Kentucky.
Yeah, I like Kentucky.
And also in this game, Mike, in this game, the former Troy quarterback will probably play a lot, don't you think?
I don't know. I mean, the guy last year won 10 games. I mean, he's a really good quarterback. I mean, really good runner. Wasn't a great thrower. He might get into the game. Who knows? This game will be on the SEC Network at 11 a.m.
Oh, okay. So you can keep an eye on what's the guy's
Kentucky
name?
lost a lot of good players, though. So
Sawyer Smith.
Sawyer Smith, the ladies and gentleman who transferred to Kentucky, and now he can run. Now he's got a good arm, and he can run. He's a good football player.
He throws a really good deep ball. I know that.
Hope Troy don't look. Well, he wasn't anything Troy could do, but I hope we don't have to look back on anything here.
He's a graduate transfer, so he's got 2 years to play.
Okay. All right. Isn't that amazing? He graduated already.
Yeah, well, he was redshirted. The next game's a great game, though. I think Mississippi State against Lafayette in New Orleans.
And this is a 20-point Mississippi State favorite. Now we're saying who's going to win the game. Jim, who do you like?
Mississippi State.
All right. Quickly, he says Mississippi State. I've got to say Mississippi State, but look out, Lafayette might play them within the points.
Mississippi State's they've lost some players, attrition, off the field things. I like Lafayette's coach and what they did last year. I think Lafayette will cover, but Mississippi State will get the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Napier's doing a good job at Lafayette. Mississippi State's starting to transfer from Penn State at quarterback. The guy he beat out, Keon Thompson, who was a four-star recruit, and won some pretty big games. Mississippi State is in the transfer portal, so I don't know where he's going to go.
Now,
I didn't know Billy Napier was in Lafayette.
Yeah. And Napier used to drive your car, didn't he?
Last year.
Didn't he used to drive one of your cars?
No, he did not. Chuck Signet.
Y'all been giving Alabama a car for how long?
Oh, gosh, back in the 70s.
That's a long time.
Back in the 70s.
So when you call up and say, I want to speak to Coach Saban, everybody...
But it may be... It could wind it up this year. Depends on what they do with my tickets.
Okay, I got it.
I'm in the section that's getting booted next year.
Well, Ben Beard is too. Ben Beard said the same thing. What I'm saying, he still got a lot of his tickets, but he's losing some of them, though. You know, I mean, as far as they're moving those seats or something like that.
Well, I wasn't going to move back. I had 6 in the upper deck. I didn't get them for other people. I wasn't going to move back to the upper deck. So,
Yeah.
so I don't really know what's going to happen.
Well, y'all still have your house that y'all rent right there outside the stadium?
Yeah, sure do.
A group from Troy, ladies and gentlemen, rents a house right outside of Bryant Denny Stadium. And have a good time every week.
We've been there long enough to where just about everybody in Troy knows where we are, and usually comes by
right.
at some point in time during the season.
That's right, no question. All right, everybody takes Mississippi State.
They did.
Ole
Next one
Miss.
should be a good game.
All right, here's the dilly here. Ole Miss at Memphis. I'm surprised that Will didn't pick this game.
Well, Memphis is a slight favorite. So
Memphis is now a 5-point favorite in Vegas. This game will be on ABC at 11 a.m. So there's going to be a lot of early games that are going to be really good.
Oh, yeah. And,
You're going to have ABC, you're going to have Alabama, you have Mississippi, Memphis, Alabama, Duke, Auburn, Oregon.
You know, that means that the Alabama game they'll miss the kickoff because I don't think there's no way they can finish that Ole Miss-Memphis game as much as they're throwing in three and a half
You're
hours.
right about that, Bill.
and now Michael brought something up, Jim, yesterday. The Alabama game, the Auburn game is not going to start until the Alabama game's over with. Is that right?
No,
You would think that would be the case.
No, they don't hold a game for
They
TV.
were.
Alabama's at 2:30, Auburn's at 7. So
I know,
there's
but
4.5 hours.
Okay,
between
yeah,
them now.
okay. But both of them are played on CBS. CBS games. Is that right?
They'll have to move the Alabama game
Oh, ABC games. Okay.
to another ESPN channel because there's no way Ole Miss Memphis will finish in 3.5 hours.
Well, that's going to be a heck of a
That'd be
game.
indication
Who do you
about
like?
Ole Miss
Who do you like, Bill Rice Jr.?
ESPN channel.
I like
Memphis.
I like the Memphis Bell. They're at home. Ole Miss got a new quarterback, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. But I like Ole Miss's head coach.
I do too.
And my sister-in-law graduated from Ole Miss, so I'm pulling hard for Ole Miss.
I think this will be the year
You like Matt Luke, Dad?
I do.
No, that's Rice talking, not Mike. But not me. Mike Amos calling from.
I think Matt Luke could lose this game and Rich Rodriguez become the head coach.
Oh boy.
Auburn, Oregon, 6:30 kick.
Is it? I thought it was 7.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm gonna take Memphis.
Jim took Memphis.
I think this is the year that Ole Miss pays for their past transgressions. I really think they're gonna have a long year.
I'm gonna take Memphis, but in reality, is Memphis better than an SEC school?
They've beaten SEC schools before.
Well, I'm sure they have, but I should. If I was thinking right, I'd go the other way with this one.
I was watching SEC Network preview show.
I can't do it. I can't take Memphis. I'm going to take the Ole Miss Rebels. Well, they're not the Rebels anymore. What are they?
Rebels, Black Bears, Land Sharks.
Land
There's
Sharks,
a lot
aren't
of
they?
names for them.
But I was watching highlights of Ole Miss on Gene Chiswick's SEC Network preview show, and they got this new quarterback, and just watching the clips, he looks like he has a good arm. He was throwing some hard-type spirals.
Well, they had a Hawaiian playing for him last year, didn't they?
And he did fine.
Yeah, he's gone now.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to root for Ole Miss. I'm going to take Ole Miss because all y'all took Memphis. All right, here's a good one. Georgia State at Tennessee. Can Tennessee turn this around? I've got a feeling here that Georgia State's going to play them pretty tough. Georgia State's got players. What do you think?
Tennessee.
Huh?
I like Tennessee. Big.
All right.
Rocky Top.
I take Tennessee to win the game, but I got a feeling that Georgia State's going to play them pretty tough. No question about
I
it.
think the total opposite. I think Tennessee blows them out.
Yes,
I think Jimmy Pruitt's going to come out with something to prove this year.
You did say that one of the important defensive backs for Tennessee has been accused of assault.
Domestic violence.
Domestic
boy, isn't it
violence.
crazy?
I think it's up in the air whether he's going to be kicked off the team or not.
He's suspended right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last game is everybody takes Tennessee. South Carolina at North Carolina. Now, let me just say this. This is a huge, huge game for South Carolina. They need to win this game because they're supposed to win this game. But this is an even-Steven game, in my opinion. Who do you like, Jim?
Well, South Carolina's a 13-point favorite.
have to even say.
I'm sorry, they're an 11-point favorite.
But they both hate each other, though. These are two teams that like Pike County and Brundage and Troy. They hate each other.
They do.
Everybody's jumping on South Carolina. The line started at 7. It's gone up to 11 in Vegas.
I want South Carolina to win the game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who they play next week, but we're good. That's our trip this year. Is we're going to Columbia in 3 weeks. To the Alabama-South Carolina game, and I want South Carolina to win the first couple of weeks. I think South Carolina will beat North Carolina.
Okay, I think they'll win too. Now, you know, the old man, we call him an old man, he's younger than I am, but he's the new head coach at North Carolina, and of course he's going back for his second term.
Shouldn't have done it.
I don't think
You're talking about Mac Brown.
Talking about
I
Matt
don't think he
Brown.
should have gone back either.
And Matt Brown's a great guy. Everybody that ever knows.
You could have had Neil Brown or Mac Brown. They chose Mac Brown.
Well, they could have had the Appalachian State coach too.
You're right. No question about it.
I'll take South Carolina.
Yeah.
I like South Carolina's got a 4th-year starter quarterback. North Carolina, like Auburn, is starting a pure freshman in this
The
game.
quarterback for South Carolina is a young man from Opelika. That listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy cow!
Instead of playing like he was a junior and that this year would be his senior year in high school, he went from being a junior in high school at Opelika High School to a freshman at the University of South Carolina as starting quarterback.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've heard of players going early.
Now, you're saying he started the fall that would have been his senior high school
That's
season,
right.
or he left after
No,
that semester?
he started at South Carolina on what was going to be.
He started the last 6 games of his freshman year at South Carolina.
I know it, but what I'm saying, he went
skipped
from
his
being a
senior year of high
junior
school.
in high school. He left and did not go his senior year at all, and went to South Carolina and became their quarterback. His daddy is on the staff.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I know it.
Yeah, his dad is Bobby Bentley, who was on Auburn's staff when he was at Opelika.
Yeah, what Mike's saying is after his junior year ended,
That's right.
he went straight to South Carolina
wife
and was
says
playing
that.
quarterback at South Carolina when he should have been
That's
his
right.
senior high school football
They
season.
get all these extra.
It's the only one I can ever remember doing that. I've heard of people leaving and going,
mid-year,
at
early
mid-year,
enrollees.
but never
pretty
the
steady.
whole year.
Alabama's best basketball player did the same thing. He was a kid out of Hazel Green that was a junior, and he graduated high school early and was Alabama's starting point guard last year, Kyrie Lewis.
Yeah.
Averaged 14 points a game.
Exactly right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having fun. I hope you're having fun from your drinking a good cup of coffee and sitting back in your leisure chair and letting me tell you who is going to win in college football. We'll be back in just a moment.
We're going to have to go on speed round.
The ribbon has been cut, and the grand opening celebration has begun at the all-new Bill Jackson Ford in Troy. Save up to $11,770 off MSRP on a 2019 F-150 XLT at BillJacksonFord.com.
I love my job. We get to help people who are having the worst day of their life.
You just got to be ready for whatever hits.
She wasn't breathing. She was almost dead.
Stay still there. Stay still. It's fine.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
2 dealerships, 1 big event. Bill Jackson Chevrolet, one of the most trusted names in the auto industry, is celebrating 30 years of outstanding service. Plus, the doors are open at the new Bill Jackson Ford. Save big on new Ford F-150s and new Chevrolet Silverados. A short drive from everywhere with savings like nowhere else. Shop us on 231 North Troy or online 24/7 at BillJacksonAuto.com or BillJacksonFord.com.
Back to our show, brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet, Bill Jackson Ford on the bypass right here in Troy, Alabama. All right, we're quickly going through these games. Northwestern and Stanford. People think Northwestern is going to win. I don't. I'm going to take Stanford.
Yeah, I like Stanford.
I like Stanford.
I like Stanford.
All right, everybody likes Stanford. Virginia Tech lost one of their top players to ineligible ranks at Boston College. A very good defensive team. My upset special of the week is Boston College to beat Virginia Tech. Who do y'all like?
I like Virginia Tech.
I like Virginia Tech.
Jim likes Virginia Tech.
I like Virginia Tech.
Everybody but me. It's what winners are made of, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I love it. I love it. Here's another goodie. My second upset special of the week. Liberty is going to beat Syracuse. Syracuse plays at Louisville. Who do you like, Jim?
Syracuse plays at Liberty. I like Syracuse.
I like
you
Liberty.
Said Liberty?
Liberty is going to upset them.
Oh, my God. Hugh Freeze ain't going to be able to coach the
Hugh
team.
Freeze. Okay.
Syracuse is only a 19-point favorite. So it would be an upset.
Okay.
It would be a miracle. That's Jerry Falwell's
ladies and
call.
gentlemen, don't go by everything I say. Syracuse is y'all taking Syracuse.
I'm
is that
taking
right?
Jim Brown's alma mater, Syracuse.
Florida State and Boise State.
Okay, here's the good one. Florida State versus Boise State. The game will be played at Florida State, or is this a
I would
neutral field?
assume.
It's at Florida State.
I think they're playing in Orlando.
We need to find out, don't we? That's
Well, we know
important.
that Boise State can come south and look impressive in their first games, don't we?
And this is going to those guys from Idaho. Is that where they're from, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boise, Idaho. They don't even know what hot is until they find out.
Yeah, they do. They were in Troy last
Saturday.
year, and
That's right. Wore us out.
The game's in Jacksonville, Florida.
The game's played in Jacksonville, so that gives
Home game.
Boise a little bit of an edge there. Oh boy!
I live in Grayton now, and I have a lot of Florida State neighbors. I'll take Florida State.
Yeah, I like Florida State.
I'm gonna take Florida State.
Seminoles, Florida State.
Everybody takes Florida State. Uh-oh.
Arkansas State.
Ladies and
SMU.
gentlemen, on the internet, everybody's going crazy there at Boise about our pick. Okay, Arkansas State and SMU. Mike, I got to have your help here.
I mean, Arkansas State's coach is, dealing with the tragedy of his wife losing the battle to breast cancer. Blake Anderson, she passed away 3 weeks ago. I don't think Coach Anderson's going to coach. I'm going to take SMU.
Okay, SMU's supposed to be better. I know that. Yeah. Who's their coach?
Sonny Dykes.
Sonny Dykes. Okay.
I bet they'll throw the ball all around. I just got a lot of respect for Arkansas State's program, so I'm going with Arkansas State.
Yeah, I'm going to take Arkansas State.
They're playing the game at Arkansas State. Is that right?
Correct.
I'm taking Arkansas State. So, Mike, you're the only one that takes SMU.
SMU. Okay.
Okay. Georgia Southern at LSU.
LSU.
Are you going to take LSU? Rice, who do you like?
This is the Bird Poop Bowl. I'm going to take LSU.
Did you hear what he said, Mike? This is the Bird Poop Bowl.
Yeah.
The quarterback, Georgia Southern quarterback.
Is he back in school?
Yeah, he's playing.
They let him back on the
They dropped the Bird Poop charges.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if you wager...
If you weren't guilty, would you really drive away from the police for five miles and like 10 minutes, they said, before he would even pull over?
Isn't that unreal?
I'll take LSU.
I'll tell you right now, though, for you folks that do this, that want to wager on this game, take Georgia Southern and the 27.5 points. They're going to make it a lot closer than that, in my opinion.
Georgia at Vandy.
Okay, all right. So everybody's going to take
LSU.
LSU. But be careful here.
Georgia.
I like Georgia.
I like Georgia, but I wouldn't be surprised if Vandy covered.
They claim Georgia has the best offensive line in the nation, and you can't help but take them here. Take Georgia over Vanderbilt. And I
like them.
Okay, Georgia. All right, now here's a game. It's going to be played at Pittsburgh. It's Virginia at Pittsburgh. Virginia's supposed to have one of the best teams they've had in a long time, and we're going to take them. I'm taking them to beat Pittsburgh.
I think Virginia's on the upswing the last couple of years. I'm going with Virginia.
Yeah, I like Virginia. They're a 2.5-point favorite.
Okay.
I believe for Fresno and USC.
Mike, who do you like?
Virginia.
Okay. Now we got Fresno State at USC. Now, last year was a banner year for Fresno State, but they lost every one of their players off their offensive team. They're still good, but can they beat Southern Cal? I say no.
I like Southern Cal.
I think this is an important game for Southern Cal.
It is.
Who do you like, Mike?
Everybody got USC.
Everybody takes South Carolina.
Houston at Oklahoma, that's a Monday game.
All right, now here's a game that people say, well, Hurt will show everybody that he's a Heisman Trophy winner, and the Houston quarterback's a great player, but I got to go with Oklahoma. Who do you like?
That line, that and the Alabama line are the two lines that had moved the most as of 2 days ago.
And they're moving towards Houston, right?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody takes Oklahoma. Is that right?
Oklahoma came out at 25, and it was down to 20.5, and Alabama came out at 30.5, and it was up to 35 at one time.
Okay, quickly, Notre Dame over Louisville. Everybody's got Notre Dame over Louisville.
Notre Dame,
yeah.
And everybody likes Louisville. Now, here's a big one. The Auburn Tigers. Jim, you've got to live through it at least one more time. The Auburn Tigers. War Eagle. War Eagle, ladies and gentlemen. And who do y'all like? It's Auburn versus Oregon from Jerry World in Dallas, Texas. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff or 6:30 kickoff on ABC. Okay, who do y'all like?
Well, I've been bragging about Auburn all preseason like you have, Mike. Great defense, 5 redshirt seniors on the offensive line, good running back, good receivers, quarterback everybody says is going to be special, but he's a freshman, of course. I think Auburn will have a bigger crowd, SEC talent versus Pac-12 talent. Auburn.
All right, by what score?
Auburn's going to cover. Auburn win by 7.
All right, wait, give us a score.
Let's say 24-17.
Okay, I'm going to take Auburn 31-28. Jim?
I'm going the opposite route. I think the quarterbacks will be the difference in the game. Mm-hmm. The first-year starter for Auburn on this stage, I think it's just a tall task. Auburn's going to have a great defense.
Yeah.
They may have one of the best, and they may have one of the top 3, and may have the best defense in the country when all said and done. But I just think it's really tough to go into this environment and start a freshman quarterback against the quarterback that's supposed to be really good and an offensive line that's supposed to be really good on the other side, too. I'm going to say 24-20, Oregon.
Michael, who do you like?
Well, I mean, I think this is Auburn's whole season for my book. I mean, I really think this is the difference in going 6-6 and maybe 8-4, 9-3 if they win.
I agree.
I'm gonna go Oregon in a close one. I'm gonna say Oregon wins 27-21.
Oregon in a close one, 27-21.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll take Auburn 31-28. 31-28. I'll take Auburn.
Pretty high-scoring game.
Okay, now next we've got Alabama versus Duke, and I'll take Alabama, and everybody else will take Alabama, and we won't worry about a score in that game. We'll just use the Auburn score as a tiebreaker. Right. So Alabama beats Duke. Everybody got Alabama?
Yeah.
All right, now, who took Oregon? Anybody take Oregon? Mike took Oregon.
Mike and I both did.
Okay, Jim.
Yeah,
okay.
The biggest question on Alabama is how long will these suspensions last? If they last a half, if they last a whole game. I mean, you might see a lot of young guys play, so it's going to be interesting to watch.
I think you will either way. especially on defense.
You got 4 players that are going to be suspended for at least a half. All good.
Tua will just throw, I guess, on
Look
every
at that helmet. Let me see what time it is over there on that clock.
8:30.
8:30. All right, last ball game is Troy versus Campbell.
Don't have it on here, but everybody's going to take
I got it
Troy.
right here. I got it right here in the middle there.
Okay.
Troy versus Campbell, and should be a fun game to watch. Go ahead and buy your tickets. Come out early and
5
tailgate
o'clock Saturday.
and
isn't it?
have a ball at a Troy football game.
It's the first game, and he should win it. I would think Troy will win by at least 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah. Troy and Campbell, Troy will win. And ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you have enjoyed our show today, the Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford Picks of the Week, right here on Troy Cable to start the new year. And of course, Jim, good to see you, my friend, and good luck to you and your new dealership. Now Bill Jackson Chevrolet is now Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass right here in Troy. We hope you enjoyed today's show, and we'll see you bright and early in the morning for Today in LA.